of the New York Stock Exchange, and obviously for your views on the panel earlier this afternoon. And I think it's a good opportunity maybe to delve a little deeper into some of the themes raised and sort of pick your brain. So maybe just to start off, to provide some context, can you just talk to me about what Chesapeake's view is on the role that natural gas has to play in displacing coal-fired power and driving down greenhouse gas emissions around the globe?
Yeah, absolutely. First, thanks for having me here. This is a wonderful conference you put on. I think, Chesapeake's kind of tagline that we've adopted is, we want to provide the world with affordable, reliable, and lower carbon energy. And I think I'm very fortunate to be able to be in a place with the LNG that we are working through to be able to make that mission happen. When we do look at it, there's a lot of demand for energy in the world, and that still continues to come from coal-fired power plants, along with other sources of energy. We do see a situation though where natural gas can be that fuel that does lower the greenhouse gas emissions that we do have. And I think it's also one of those, when you look at alternatives, it's a very affordable and reliable source of energy. We've had multiple conversations too, in light of all the different activities happening in the world, and looking what's happening in Europe. I think what Chesapeake is doing and the effort we put into carbon capture, into the RSG certification, it makes a really compelling story on the natural gas that we're able to produce and provide to the world. So we're excited about the opportunity to get into the LNG market and make a difference on that front.
Brilliant. Thanks, Justin. And I mean, obviously, you recently signed the deal with Gunvor, but talk to me about Chesapeake's ambitions for international expansion. I know you're obviously well plugged in and good reputation domestically. What's the international ambition?
Yeah, obviously we're a company based in the U.S. and sell the majority of our gas on a Henry Hub index. But we have stated our goal is to sell 15 to 20% internationally. I think that's, as a company that is focused on natural gas at this point, I think that provides the diversification we need to manage a volatile, natural gas market. And we do see a situation where, worldwide demand is going to increase dramatically over the next, decade or 2 decades. And our entire goal has been to be LNG ready. What we're doing in the Haynesville has definitely, been with that goal in mind. We're adding additional gathering and treating, adding transport, along with the things I mentioned earlier on the carbon capture and certification side on the RSG certification.
Brilliant. Thanks, Justin. And I think, again, an issue that keeps coming up and certainly came up on your session and various others throughout the day is around permit reform and actually getting low carbon gas to market and sort of the higher tier gas to market. I mean, how does the industry improve political discourse to streamline the permitting process, provide investment certainty, and ultimately develop the infrastructure required to take low carbon gas to market?
It's definitely a difficult conversation. I was mentioning earlier too. I mean, it's kind of a tale of two basins for us. You look at the Marcellus, and it's one where we continue to struggle to find takeaway options, and then you look at the Haynesville, and we've added a BCF a day of takeaway in just the past year. And really, if you look at the other investments that are made along the Gulf Coast, LNG is booming. I think there's 7 BCF a day coming on in the next couple of years. You see 20 BCF a day of projects lined up after that at different levels of approvals. And then there's also the industrial corridor along the Mississippi River that is also seeing hydrogen, ammonia. All of that investment is happening there, and I think it's due to the regulatory environment. And hopefully we see that, replicated throughout the U.S. I think obviously the Marcellus is an amazing gas basin, and we sit right next to, some of the largest population centers in the U.S. And so there's times where it's difficult for us as a producer of a low carbon energy source to see, the necessity to bring in, maybe even crude oil to fire some power during peak time. So hopefully that can change over time.
Brilliant. And just finally then, from what you're seeing, where are the biggest demand centers or demand hubs for low carbon US natural gas?
I think, obviously, talking to the European markets, they are very interested in obviously the energy security piece of it is important for them right now. they are looking on how to get more gas into the continent. But I think especially they are interested in what that looks like on the methane intensity, what are, that carbon intensity that we have around our gas. And I think that's something that we have an ability to do that is, like it will differentiate us from the rest of the world and what we're able to produce. I think the Asian markets are obviously a huge demand growth in the future. We can see the curves and what it looks like, and the natural gas is going to be required there. I think they're a little bit behind the Europeans on what that looks like from a low carbon standpoint, but I think we all expect that to come over time, and I think we're well positioned to take advantage of that.
Brilliant. Thanks, Justin. Well, lots to unpack there, but not enough time in the day, so look forward to following your progress and continuing the conversation. So thanks for joining, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.